A woman with no friends may seem at first glance to live a life of solitude, of quiet corridors and empty rooms. Perhaps some may view her as lonely, as disconnected, but I invite you to see her differently. I ask you to imagine her not as someone lacking, but as someone who has yet to awaken to the extraordinary love and abundance that exists within her own heart. For every woman who walks through life feeling as though friendship has eluded her, there is a deeper truth waiting to emerge, a deeper understanding that life has already given her all she truly needs. She may have walked through years of experiences in which companionship seemed fleeting, or perhaps she encountered misunderstandings, or moments where she felt invisible. She may have watched as others laughed in circles she longed to join, feeling, in those moments, an ache of absence that no casual encounter could fill. And in the quiet, she may have begun to question herself. Am I unworthy? Am I flawed? Is there something about me that repels connection? But the truth is far more tender than such thoughts suggest. It is not that she is unworthy. It is simply that she has not yet recognized the infinite treasure she carries within her own spirit. A woman with no friends has an extraordinary opportunity to meet herself in ways others rarely do. In the stillness of her own company, she discovers a clarity that is often drowned out in the noise of social expectation. She learns to listen to the subtle whispers of her own soul. She learns to recognize her own beauty, her own courage, her own resilience. In solitude, she can explore the vast landscape of her mind, unearthing dreams she has tucked away and nurturing desires she may have once feared were unreachable. In these moments, she is not lonely. She is learning to love herself in a profound, uninterrupted way. It is easy to forget, in a world that prizes connection and constant activity, that true friendship begins with the self. A woman with no friends may have been conditioned to believe that friendship only comes externally through the presence of another, through shared laughter, shared stories, shared lives. Yet the most transformative friendships begin within. The first friend she must cultivate is herself, with tenderness, patience, and unwavering acceptance. She must affirm every morning, I am a radiant being. I am lovable. I am enough. And as she consistently tells herself this, she begins to feel it in the deepest fibers of her being. Every cell of her body resonates with the truth that she does not require validation from anyone else to exist fully and beautifully in the world. She may also come to understand that the world around her is not devoid of love, only waiting for her perception to shift. When we open our hearts and radiate love from within, the universe responds in kind. She may begin by noticing the kindness of strangers, the warmth of a neighbor's smile, the gentle comfort of a shared moment with a passerby. Each of these small gestures is a reflection of the universal love that is always present, waiting to be recognized. As she tunes her heart to this love, she begins to attract connections that are genuine, nourishing, and reciprocal. She discovers that friendships are not merely about the quantity of people in her life, but the quality of energy exchanged. One heartfelt connection is far more precious than a dozen superficial acquaintances. There is also the realization that being alone is not synonymous with being abandoned. She can choose to view her life as a canvas upon which she can paint with freedom. She can explore her passions without compromise, delve into creativity without constraint, and pursue dreams without the influence of others' opinions or expectations. This solitude is fertile ground, a sanctuary for personal growth and self-discovery. In these quiet hours, she may cultivate practices that heal and empower her: meditation, journaling, prayer, reflection, or simply the art of being fully present with herself. She can learn to savor her own laughter, to be her own companion on long walks, to offer herself the comfort she may once have sought externally. A woman with no friends also holds within her the potential for profound empathy and understanding. In her own experience of absence, she learns the subtle nuances of human need, the depth of silent longing, and the resilience required to stand strong without external reinforcement. She begins to understand that loneliness is not a punishment, but a teacher, guiding her toward deeper compassion, toward richer, more authentic connections when they finally arrive. She may find that in embracing her solitude, she becomes more patient, more understanding, and more willing to accept the imperfections of others. For she knows intimately what it feels like to feel unseen, unheard, or unacknowledged, and she can meet others with a tenderness that is born of lived experience. It is also vital to recognize that friendships, like all relationships, flourish most beautifully when the self is whole. A woman with no friends may initially feel pressure to seek companionship for fear of being incomplete. Yet the truth is that she is already complete. She is already enough. By tending to her own emotional garden, by nurturing herself, she sets the foundation for relationships that are not born of need, but of mutual joy and respect. When she approaches others from a place of fullness rather than scarcity, she attracts people whose energy complements rather than depletes her. This is the power of self-love, the power that transforms isolation into an empowered and radiant presence. She may also reflect upon the societal narratives that have shaped her perception of friendship. She may question the belief that a woman must have a bustling social circle to be happy or fulfilled. In reality, true happiness is cultivated within. By affirming her own worth and embracing the richness of her inner life, she transcends the fear of judgment and the pull of societal expectation. She begins to see that the most meaningful connections are born not out of obligation or convenience, but out of resonance, of alignment between souls. This awareness allows her to release the pressure to conform, to let go of relationships that drain rather than nourish, and to cherish those rare connections that uplift and inspire. A woman with no friends may also discover the joy of service, of extending love and kindness beyond the confines of traditional social circles. She may volunteer, mentor, or simply offer a smile to someone in need. In these acts of generosity, she experiences a profound connection to the world at large. She recognizes that friendship is not always about personal gain, but about the mutual sharing of love, compassion, and presence. Through these acts, she finds that she is never truly alone, because love once given always returns in unexpected and beautiful ways. And yet, it is natural for her to feel moments of longing, of melancholy, of wishing for the companionship she has not yet experienced. These feelings are valid, human, and worthy of acknowledgement. She does not need to suppress them or judge herself for them. Instead, she can welcome them with gentle curiosity, asking, "What am I truly yearning for? What do I seek to give and receive?" In doing so, she transforms longing into insight, frustration into clarity, and absence into opportunity. She realizes that every moment of solitude is a gift, a chance to understand herself more deeply, to embrace her full spectrum of emotion, and to cultivate a life rich with inner fulfillment. A woman with no friends may also begin to explore the power of affirmation and conscious thought. By speaking kindly to herself, by affirming her own worth, by visualizing the connections she desires, she aligns her mind with her heart. She may say, "I am worthy of love and friendship. I am open to meaningful connections. I attract people who honor and cherish me." As she consistently practices these affirmations, she begins to notice subtle shifts in her life. Opportunities arise, connections form, and she realizes that the universe has been listening all along, waiting for her to embrace her own power and step into her truth. In her journey, she may also discover the beauty of patience. True friendship cannot be rushed or forced. It flourishes in its own time, blossoming from authenticity and mutual respect. She learns to release the urgency of social expectation, understanding that the right people will come into her life when the energy is aligned, when she is ready to receive them fully. This patience is not passive. It is a dynamic state of trust and faith, an active engagement with life that allows her to remain open, receptive, and centered. A woman with no friends may also come to recognize the unique gifts she brings to the world precisely because of her journey. Her perspective, her empathy, her resilience, her creativity, and her capacity for deep reflection are all enhanced by her experiences of solitude. She may become a source of inspiration to others, a quiet beacon of wisdom and authenticity. She may write, teach, create, or mentor, sharing her light in ways that are profound and far reaching. In this, she discovers that friendship is not limited to companionship alone. It is also about the connection she cultivates with life, with spirit, and with her own highest self. It is essential for her to forgive herself for past experiences that may have led to feelings of isolation. She may have held on to resentment, hurt, or disappointment. Yet in releasing these burdens, she frees herself to fully embrace the present. She understands that every experience, even those of absence, has contributed to her growth. Every moment of feeling unseen has refined her capacity to see, to appreciate, and to love. She realizes that her journey is sacred and her solitude is not a void, but a sacred space where she can expand, heal, and flourish. As she moves forward, she may find that connections begin to appear naturally. People who resonate with her energy, who honor her presence, and who value her authenticity will gravitate toward her. These connections will be grounded not in neediness, but in mutual respect and joy. She may discover that friendships formed after a period of deep self-love and self-awareness are far more sustaining than those formed out of fear of loneliness. The relationships she now attracts are imbued with depth, understanding, and a shared commitment to growth. Above all, a woman with no friends learns that she is never truly alone. She carries within her an infinite source of love, courage, and wisdom. She learns that life itself is a companion, offering lessons, opportunities, and experiences that enrich her soul. She comes to see that friendship, whether with herself, with others, or with the universe, is a reflection of her own inner state. As she nurtures her own heart, she radiates love outward, attracting relationships that mirror the beauty she has cultivated within. Her journey is a testament to the power of self-love, the resilience of the human spirit, and the infinite possibilities that emerge when we embrace ourselves fully. She may have begun her path feeling isolated, unseen, or incomplete. But through reflection, affirmation, and conscious practice, she emerges as a woman who is empowered, radiant, and deeply connected to herself, to others, and to the vast, loving universe that surrounds her. So let us celebrate the woman with no friends, not with pity, but with reverence. She is a woman of courage, of self-discovery, of profound depth. She is a woman who has learned to stand alone and yet never truly be alone. She is a woman who understands that her value is intrinsic, her beauty is inherent, and her capacity for love is boundless. She teaches us that friendship begins within, that connection flows from the heart, and that the most extraordinary relationships emerge when we first embrace the divine essence within ourselves. May every woman who has felt the absence of friends recognize the treasure that lies in her own heart. May she speak kindly to herself, nurture her dreams, cultivate her passions, and trust that the universe will respond with abundance, love, and joy. May she move through the world with grace, radiance, and a profound sense of inner fulfillment, knowing that the most important relationship she will ever have is with the woman she discovers within herself. And in this, may she find the truest, most sustaining, and most transformative form of friendship imaginable, a friendship that never falters, never judges, and always loves unconditionally. She is not incomplete. She is not lacking. She is whole. And in this wholeness, she shines, she grows, and she attracts the people, the experiences, and the love that reflect the magnificent being she has always been. She may begin to notice how, even in the quietest moments, life is offering her lessons in love and connection. The morning sunlight that filters gently through her window, the soft rustle of leaves outside, the hum of distant life, these are reminders that she is never truly alone. Each breath she takes carries with it the potential for gratitude, for awareness, for an awakening to the countless ways in which the universe is present with her. She may begin to speak to herself with kindness, softly saying, I am here. I am present. I am open to the love that surrounds me. These words, repeated and felt deeply, become a bridge between solitude and communion, between inner reflection and outward presence. In her moments of stillness, she may explore the nature of her own heart. She may ask herself what truly brings her joy, what sparks her creativity, and what nurtures her soul. Perhaps she will discover a long lost passion or a dream she had set aside. She may pick up a paintbrush, a pen, a musical instrument, or simply allow her mind to wander in meditation, observing the flow of thoughts without judgment. In these practices, she meets herself in ways that deepen her self-awareness and enrich her inner life. She begins to recognize that the quality of her inner dialogue shapes the reality she experiences, and that by nurturing positive, loving thoughts about herself, she is planting seeds for meaningful connections to emerge naturally. As she explores her inner landscape, she may also begin to understand the subtle ways in which she has unconsciously kept herself apart from others. Perhaps old fears, insecurities, or limiting beliefs have created walls she thought were protective, yet in reality, they have kept her from fully engaging with the world. With gentle curiosity and compassion, she can examine these patterns, acknowledging their presence without judgment. She can ask herself, what am I afraid of? What do I need to release? In doing so, she begins to dismantle the barriers that have kept her isolated, replacing them with openness, courage, and a willingness to embrace connection when it naturally arises. She may discover the importance of forgiveness, not just toward others, but toward herself. She may have carried the weight of past misunderstandings, disappointments, or missed opportunities for friendship. By consciously choosing to release these burdens, she creates space for new experiences, new people, and new forms of joy. She may find herself whispering, I forgive myself. I forgive the past. I am free to experience love and friendship now. These words, though simple, hold immense power. They allow her to step into the present with clarity, grace, and the readiness to meet others from a place of wholeness rather than need. In her exploration, she may also turn her attention to gratitude. Even in the absence of conventional friendships, there is so much in her life to appreciate. The comfort of a cozy home, the beauty of nature, the pleasures of a quiet morning, the small acts of kindness that occur each day. By focusing on these blessings, she cultivates a mindset of abundance rather than lack. She learns to notice the richness of life that surrounds her, recognizing that love and connection exist in many forms, not solely in the presence of others. Gratitude becomes a lens through which she views the world, transforming solitude into a vibrant landscape of possibility and wonder. She may also find joy in the creativity of her own imagination. She may write letters to herself, imagining conversations that bring comfort, laughter, or insight. She may create art that expresses her innermost feelings, allowing her emotions to flow freely without fear of judgment. She may explore new interests or hobbies, joining online communities or classes where like-minded souls gather. In these ways, she begins to see that connection can be multifaceted. It is not limited to physical presence, but can also be experienced through shared experiences, mutual interests, and heartfelt expression. The woman with no friends may also discover the power of conscious intention. She may begin to set the intention to attract authentic, supportive relationships into her life. She may visualize herself surrounded by people who uplift her, who honor her boundaries, and who share in her joy and laughter. By holding this vision consistently, she aligns her energy with the possibilities she desires. She comes to understand that intention is not about forcing outcomes, but about creating an inner vibration that naturally draws what is harmonious and beneficial into her life. As she continues this journey, she may notice subtle shifts in her daily experiences. A smile from a stranger may linger longer in her heart. A kind word from a colleague or acquaintance may resonate more deeply. She begins to recognize that friendship, in its many forms, can be found everywhere, in shared laughter, in acts of service, in quiet support, in moments of understanding. She realizes that even without a traditional circle of friends, she is surrounded by opportunities for connection, and that these small interactions carry profound meaning when embraced with awareness and appreciation. She may also explore the power of self-care as an act of friendship. By nurturing her body, mind, and spirit, she sends a message to herself that she is worthy of love and attention. She may take walks in nature, indulge in restorative practices, or simply spend time doing activities that bring her joy. Each act of care becomes a conversation with her own soul, a demonstration of self-respect and self-love. Through this ongoing practice, she learns that her relationship with herself is the foundation upon which all their meaningful relationships can be built. In moments of doubt, she may remind herself of her own resilience. She has weathered seasons of solitude, navigated challenges, and remained present for herself through it all. These experiences have strengthened her, honed her insight, and deepened her understanding of the human heart. She may reflect on the ways in which her solitude has been a teacher, offering lessons in patience, empathy, and inner strength. Each challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, each quiet moment a chance to cultivate greater self-awareness and compassion. She may also begin to explore the art of listening to herself, to others, and to the world around her. In listening deeply, she discovers layers of understanding and connection that often go unnoticed. She may observe the needs, joys, and struggles of those she encounters, responding with empathy and kindness. She realizes that listening is a powerful form of friendship, one that bridges gaps, fosters trust, and cultivates a sense of shared humanity. Through attentive listening, she finds that connection emerges naturally, often in unexpected and delightful ways. As she embraces these practices, she may notice a growing sense of inner freedom. The fear of judgment, the need for approval, and the ache of absence begin to dissolve. She understands that her worth is inherent, that her value is not contingent upon the presence or validation of others. This freedom allows her to engage with the world from a place of curiosity and joy rather than fear or scarcity. She begins to explore opportunities for connection with openness, grace, and the confidence that she is fully equipped to navigate life's relational landscape. She may also come to appreciate the spiritual dimensions of friendship. She may recognize that she is part of a vast, interconnected web of life, that every interaction, every shared moment, every act of kindness contributes to a greater whole. In this awareness, she finds comfort, inspiration, and a sense of belonging that transcends the physical presence of friends. She may meditate on the notion that love exists beyond form, that connection is not limited to proximity, and that the universe itself can be a companion in her journey. In her continued growth, she may cultivate practices of giving and receiving. She may reach out to others with gestures of kindness, whether small or significant, knowing that love is amplified through sharing. At the same time, she may practice receiving graciously, allowing herself to accept support, encouragement, and affection without resistance. Through this balance of giving and receiving, she discovers the natural rhythm of connection, the ebb and flow of friendship that is not forced but allowed to blossom organically. Her understanding of friendship evolves into a recognition that it is not merely about socializing or filling time, but about resonance, alignment, and mutual upliftment. She realizes that a true friend is someone whose presence enhances her life, whose energy harmonizes with hers, and whose intentions are aligned with love and respect. With this awareness, she becomes discerning, choosing relationships that reflect her highest values while releasing those that no longer serve her growth. She may begin to notice the subtle ways in which life communicates with her, offering signs, synchronicities, and gentle nudges toward connection. A phone call from a distant acquaintance, a chance encounter at a local cafe, a shared smile on a crowded street. These moments, seemingly small, carry profound significance. They remind her that life is never stagnant, that the energy she radiates attracts experiences that mirror her inner state. By remaining present and open, she discovers that friendship can emerge in the most unexpected and delightful forms, often when she least anticipates it. In her reflections, she may also explore the power of imagination and visualization. She may picture herself surrounded by people who honor, support, and cherish her. She may imagine conversations filled with laughter, shared experiences that nourish her soul, and moments of heartfelt understanding. By holding these visions with clarity and emotion, she begins to align her energy with the realities she desires. In doing so, she realizes that her mind is a powerful ally, capable of shaping her experiences and inviting authentic relationships into her life. She may also explore the practice of journaling as a means to deepen her connection with herself. In writing her thoughts, desires, and reflections, she creates a dialogue that is both honest and tender. She may record moments of gratitude, observations of beauty in the world, and aspirations for meaningful companionship. Through this process, she gains insight into her own patterns, preferences, and emotional needs, cultivating self-awareness that strengthens her capacity to engage with others authentically. As she continues to nurture herself, she may discover a growing sense of confidence and ease in social situations. The self-assurance that comes from knowing her own worth allows her to engage with others without fear of rejection or judgment. She may approach interactions with curiosity rather than anxiety, recognizing that each person she meets carries their own unique story, desires, and challenges. This perspective fosters compassion, patience, and an openness to forming connections that are genuine and sustaining. She may also explore the transformative power of affirmations throughout her day. As she moves through routine tasks, she may repeat phrases such as, "I am open to love and friendship," or "I attract people who honor and support me." These affirmations, spoken with intention and belief, reinforce her inner sense of worth and invite positive experiences into her life. Over time, she notices subtle shifts, conversations that feel more meaningful, interactions that carry warmth, and connections that emerge naturally from shared energy rather than obligation. In the quiet moments of her life, she may also develop a deeper understanding of boundaries. She learns that true friendship flourishes in an environment of mutual respect, where each individual honors their own needs while celebrating the presence of the other. She may reflect on past experiences where boundaries were unclear, recognizing how those situations influenced her sense of isolation. By consciously cultivating healthy boundaries, she creates space for relationships that are nourishing, supportive, and balanced. She may begin to find inspiration in the stories of others, women and men who have navigated periods of solitude, and emerged with a profound sense of inner strength. She may read, listen, or watch narratives of courage, resilience, and transformation, drawing lessons that resonate with her own journey. In doing so, she realizes that solitude is not a void, but a crucible for growth, creativity, and self-discovery. Each story she encounters becomes a reminder that her own path, though unique, is part of a universal human experience filled with possibility and hope. Her exploration may also lead her to cultivate a spiritual practice that deepens her sense of connection. She may meditate, pray, or engage in rituals that align her energy with love, compassion, and gratitude. In these practices, she senses a presence beyond herself, a universal source of wisdom and support that nurtures her soul. She begins to understand that friendship is not limited to human companionship. It can also be experienced in the relationship she nurtures with the divine, the universe, or the higher intelligence that guides her life. She may also discover the joy of giving without expectation. Acts of kindness, whether large or small, create ripples of connection that extend far beyond her immediate awareness. She may offer a listening ear to someone in need, share encouragement with a colleague, or extend generosity to strangers. Through these acts, she experiences a profound sense of fulfillment and connection, recognizing that friendship is as much about the energy we give as the energy we receive. In the process, she learns to embrace imperfection, both in herself and in others. She may reflect on times when she has felt judged, misunderstood, or unappreciated, and she chooses to release resentment, cultivating forgiveness and acceptance instead. She realizes that authentic connection thrives when we meet ourselves and with openness, compassion, and patience. By releasing the expectation of perfection, she allows relationships to unfold naturally, guided by love and mutual respect. She may begin to notice the importance of presence in her interactions. Whether engaging with a stranger, a colleague, or a potential friend, she practices giving her full attention, listening deeply, and responding with sincerity. She recognizes that friendship is not solely about shared activities or experiences, but about being truly seen, heard, and valued. Through this conscious presence, she fosters connections that are rich, meaningful, and enduring. As she continues this journey, she may also embrace the beauty of solitude as a space for creativity and exploration. She may travel, explore nature, engage in artistic pursuits, or simply spend time in contemplation. Each experience enriches her life, offering perspectives, insights, and moments of inspiration that deepen her sense of self and her capacity to connect with others. She begins to understand that solitude is not an absence of connection, but a fertile ground from which the most authentic friendships can emerge. She may also explore the practice of self-compassion, learning to respond to herself with kindness rather than criticism. In moments of doubt or insecurity, she may remind herself, "I am doing my best, and that is enough." Through this ongoing practice, she cultivates resilience, inner strength, and a sense of peace that radiates outward. She realizes that the love she gives to herself sets the tone for the love she experiences in her relationships with others. Her journey may lead her to embrace community in unconventional ways. She may join groups centered on shared interests, attend workshops, or participate in volunteer activities. Through these experiences, she meets people who resonate with her energy, values, and passions. She discovers that friendship is not about the number of people she knows, but the depth of connection she experiences with those who truly align with her spirit. She may also find that her intuition becomes a trusted guide in navigating relationships. She learns to listen to the subtle signals within, those feelings of comfort, resonance, or unease that indicate whether a connection is nurturing or draining. By honoring her inner guidance, she cultivates relationships that support her growth and well-being while releasing those that do not. She recognizes that intuition is a powerful ally in creating a life rich with authentic friendship. In exploring these dimensions, she begins to see that the absence of friends in her past has not been a limitation, but a preparation. It has been an invitation to develop self awareness, resilience, creativity, and love that flows from within. She realizes that she has been learning to cultivate a foundation so strong, so radiant, that when friendships do enter her life, they will thrive in an environment of mutual respect, joy, and authenticity. And so the woman who once walked alone, feeling the weight of solitude, now understands a profound truth. She has never truly been without friends. She has had the most important companion all along, herself. Through patient self-love and conscious presence, she has discovered that the power to create meaningful connections begins from within. She has learned to honor her own heart and to nurture her own spirit and to radiate love and kindness into the world. Her journey teaches us all that friendship is not merely about the people who surround us, but about the quality of love, respect, and authenticity we cultivate inside. By embracing our own worth, by forgiving the past, and by opening ourselves to life with trust and courage, we magnetize relationships that reflect our true essence. The absence of friends is never a reflection of inadequacy, but an invitation to grow, to awaken, and to shine. So let every woman, and indeed every person who has ever felt alone, remember this: you are complete. You are radiant. You carry within you a wellspring of love that is enough to fill your life and overflow into the lives of others. Stand tall in your wholeness. Move through the world with grace and confidence, and trust that the friendships, joy, and abundance you seek will flow naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully into your life. Because when you first choose yourself, love yourself, and honor yourself, the universe responds, and life opens its arms to embrace you in ways more magnificent than you could have ever imagined.